Two guys in a crowd are back 3 times this week. This is episode 3 for us, at least the order we taped them in. Bram, Weinstein, Joe Kristufek. It's how the West will be won as the Santa Anita Derby is going down this weekend out in Southern California. More Spirit, Danzig, Candy, practically co-favorites going into the race. Who you got?
Well, Danzig Candy went off at 5-1 in the San Felipe. He stole that race on the lead. They're going to have a lot more respect for him this time around, Bram, for his ability. He also has the question of the added distance. And obviously, he's going to have to relax and show that he can get it done with more pressure up front, most likely. Mike Smith's the right jockey, though. If he wants to teach him a few lessons going into the first Saturday in May, More Spirit is not the most flashy horse we've seen on the Triple Crown Trail, but outside of maybe Nyquist, he may be the most reliable. And Exaggerator's the wild card. He was taken back in the San Felipe, kind of a weird run for him. What will be the strategy, and does he want to go 9 furlongs? A couple of questions that he has to answer, but he certainly has a talent.
Bob Baffert owns this thing. Gary Stevens pretty much owns this thing. I like the combination. Baffert called Stevens his personal Peyton Manning. I think they get it done this weekend. I think he ends up going to the Derby with More Spirit. Now, 2 of the last 4 Santa Anita Derby winners have ended up winning the Kentucky Derby. You see that at all from this field, whoever the winner is?
The Santa Anita Derby has been a solid prep, and the California horses have dominated lately. If you look at California Chrome, if you look at American Pharoah, Nyquist is California-based, so the power's been out west.
Right, the best of the West is Nyquist, in particular how he performed at Gulfstream Park. So as he moves forward here, is he the clear-cut Derby favorite in your mind?
Yeah, we didn't get to see that epic battle last week, did we? But it was a funky, drying-out track, Bram. It wasn't sloppy. It wasn't fast.
Wow, excuses for that. I can't believe it.
Man, they harrowed through the racetrack. There was standing water on the inside. Horses that were on the outside didn't perform well. I think Mohaymen has a built-in excuse. Now, taking nothing away from Nyquist, he ran great. He's going to be the Kentucky Derby favorite, but would you rather bet California Chrome or American Pharoah at 5-2 or Nyquist at 5-2, or would you rather bet Mohaymen at 8 or 10-1?
That's what I want to get to here. What is the future for Mohaymen? Clearly, he's going to be there, and I'm with you. We're going to get a price here for him, and he might still be the best horse available.
He had 95, 96 buyers, and in the Florida Derby, he had an 80. He didn't run his race that day, and he has a built-in excuse, and if he gets a fast track on Derby Day, and he's been training well leading up to that, I could definitely see myself picking Mohaymen to win. I think he's got the right stalk and pound style for this year's Derby. I have not given up on him.
Sometimes they say a loss is good in sports. I'm not so sure in horse racing. With Mohaymen, this was the first one that he suffered, and it was a big one. Is that factor in it all for you as you look towards him?
You got to try to get inside the horse's psyche, right? I mean, how much did that disappoint the horse himself? You've got 5 weeks to get the horse right, and I think Kieran McLaughlin can get his head on straight.
Yeah, I don't want to get sold on this yet because you don't want to make a bet a month out, but I know the price is going to be big. So I'm sitting there just counting the cash, waiting for Mohaymen to get the right post position and get odds that you never would have gotten as of 7 days ago on him. So we'll see how it works out. NBC Sports Network has coverage of all 3 major prep races this weekend: Santa Anita Derby, the Wood Memorial, the Bluegrass Stakes, and we have previews as well of the Bluegrass and the Wood with our other 2 episodes of Two Guys in a Crown. For Joe, I'm Bram. Check those out.